Good evening, sir. Ashok sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Salma madam.
Good evening, sir. Ashok sir.
Achyuta madam. Anupama madam.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, madam. Thank you.
Welcome you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Gopal Reddy sir కూడా వస్తున్నారా ఈ సెషన్ కి?
Anupama.
Good evening, ma'am. Sir, join.
Please start. Good evening, Ashok sir.
Good evening, Principal ma'am.
Hello,
Salma.
good evening, Achyuta madam.
Good evening, sir.
Enti, you are traveling or what?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Sudarshan Reddy, sir.
Good afternoon, Amma.
Ashok, sir, has joined us.
Yeah. Good evening, Ashok Garu.
Sudarshan Reddy sir, good evening.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Andy. Thank you.
How are you, sir?
Fine, sir. మీరు ఎట్లా ఉన్నారు?
Fine, sir. Welcome.
Thank you very
Welcome
much.
once again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Principal Madam, shall I begin the program?
Yes, Anupama, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Welcome you all to the fourth day and also the last day of the national seminar on NAAC 7 criteria in collaboration with NAAC. Now, the last session is on criterion 7 by Professor V. Ashok sir, retired principal, Bhavans Vivekananda College, Hyderabad. Welcome you, sir. Now I request D. Harita, Assistant Professor, Member IQAC, to introduce today's resource person, Professor Ashok sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. I, D. Harita, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics and Statistics, and member IQAC, RBVRR Women's College, take it as a privilege to introduce the speaker of this session, Dr. Ashok Yaski, sir. Sir is a retired principal, Bhavans Vivekananda College, Hyderabad. Sir did his PhD in Business Management from Osmania University and Masters in Commerce from Andhra University. Sir has a rich experience in higher education with 34 years, of which he dedicated his 29 years of service as an academician and administrator at Bhavans Vivekananda College. Sir held various positions as Bhavans Vivekananda College as an examination and academic coordinator, head of the Department of Commerce, principal of the college. As a principal, under his leadership and guidance, college has secured permanent affiliation in the year 2009, recognition by UGC, accredited by NAAC, and granted autonomous status by UGC, and it has been ranked among the in 150 to 200 among 151 to 200 colleges by National Institutional Ranking Framework, and also it has been reaccredited with NAAC under his guidance. As a principal, sir has been contributed for the development of research. He has created and promoted research by setting up a research and consultancy cell at the Bhavans Vivekananda College. And also 21 faculty members have been benefited and they completed their PhD, and 45 members are pursuing PhD. And college also been awarded 5 major research projects and 11 minor research projects by UGC, DBT and DST. And also college has been recognized as a research center in microbiology and biochemistry under his guidance and leadership. And also the college has been reckoned as one among the best colleges in Telangana and making it rapid strides to make a strong presence at national level with all its efforts and teamwork. Sir has been honored with various awards and recognitions for his service to higher education. To name few, he is a recipient of National Merit Scholarship, nominated as a member of Academic Senate, Member Council of Affiliated Colleges, Osmania University, and also he has been nominated as a member of AP ISET and Telangana ISET twice by Government of AP and Telangana. He is also the member of Faculty of Commerce, Business Management, and he is also Board of Studies member, Department of Management and Commerce, Osmania University. Sir has received Inspiring Teaching Award from Teachers Academy, Hyderabad. And he also received the Best Commerce Faculty Award from Institute of Practical Accountancy. He is a NAAC assessor since September 2018 and UGC Expert Committee member from 2016. With this rich experience in academics and administration, sir presented and publishes various papers on management and higher education. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce such an eminent personality. Sir, welcome you once again to the seminar and please take over the session.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you, sir.
So, very good evening to the August gathering who are attending the national seminar. Respected Mutyam Reddy sir, who is a great academician and I have a long association with him, and Professor Sudarshan Reddy sir, correspondent and secretary of RBVRR Women's College, and chief guest of the function, valedictory functions, Professor C. Gopal Reddy sir, and I don't know if guest of honor Dr. Sujata madam is present. Dr. Sujata ji and Anupama madam, IQAC coordinator of RBVRR Women's College, and Achyuta Devi madam, principal of RBVRR Women's College. So first of all, let me thank the RBVRR management, principal and IQAC team for inviting me to address this session. And I'll try my best to see that my 30 years of experience in academics will be useful for this session. And I thank all the delegates who are attending the session from different parts of the country, which is made possible because of the online seminar. So we as academicians, we do a lot of things, good things, and we are the people who nurture the students for achieving better goals in life. And we transform individuals to a complete personality, and we also give them the value system, which is essential for the growth of the country. So any educational system forms the backbone of the country. And naturally, institutional values and best practices also will play a very, very vital role. And it's not that institutional values and best practices have come to prominence only because of NAAC. Even otherwise also, a lot of institutions were doing a lot of good things, but we were not having this accreditation system. Naturally, we were not, maybe some institutions might be recording and some institutions might not be recording, but we should appreciate the accreditation process introduced by NAAC, and also institutional values and best practices, one of the criteria. So of course, the criteria parameters are different for universities, autonomous colleges, and affiliated colleges. What I will try to do is, I'll give a gist of what are institutional practices, and later on, institutional values and best practices, and later on proceed to the nitty-gritties, that is question-wise marking and procedure adopted. Recently, I had a chance to visit to Pondicherry. When I went to Auroville, I found a wonderful quotation explaining how is education, how should education be, and what exactly education means. So this slide is self-explanatory. Education to be complete must have 5 principal aspects corresponding to 5 principal activities of the human being: physical, vital, mental, psychic, and the spiritual. And subsequently, the quotation from Swami Aurobindo says, these 5 parameters or 5 values need not be replaced by each other at different stages of life. That means they are all complementary and they should carry on together at different periods of time. So during, if you understand the gist of it, the total quotation focuses on value system of the individual. And they undoubtedly say education should give this value system to the students, then only the education is thought to be complete. So coming to institutional practices, institutional values and best practices, any institution, whether large or small, should have its own unique USP. It should also have its own value system and also its best practices. Otherwise, it will be visionless. Otherwise, it will be directionless. The goal is smaller or larger, but definitely the institution has to have clarity on why they are running the institution. So the basic objective of institutional values and best practices are, whatever practices and values we follow, it should contribute to the national development. It should also foster global competencies among students and inculcating a value system among students and promoting the use of technology and quest for excellence. All may look very, very brief and simple, but every objective on its own is very, very important. Especially if India has achieved this much progress, and educational institutions have played a vital role. Whether whether the educational institution is in a rural area or the institution is in an urban area, whether it's a very reputed institution and less reputed institution, large institution or small institution, they definitely play their own role in fostering the value system and best practices. And especially in the globalization process, the global competencies of the students are very, very important and essential. And for this, the educational institutions have to play a vital role. And for that, the upgradation of educational processes, infrastructure, faculty, updation, all these things should happen. Then coming to the institutional values, the values, since we are talking about educational institutions, our value system should focus on these areas, and especially more so in case of research integrity and all the parameters. But maybe there could be many values, but I am only highlighting the thrust or most important values in the higher educational institutions. Number one is research, not in the order of priority, of course, and integrity, that is loyalty of the individuals and sense of belongingness to the institution and also the country. Creativity definitely has become very important nowadays because the country is prospering, and definitely if the country has to prosper, the youngsters, especially India has a large chunk of youth population, they have to be very, very creative to innovate better things which can make the life of individuals or which can make the life of population very smooth and progressive. And the education system should give a lifelong learning process, and it should try to create an excellence benchmark, and the country should prosper and technological development should happen, and integrated planning and decision making, collegiality and collaboration, that is, we should all work complementing each other, and we should also collaborate with other institutions to progress, to achieve our goals. Then this slide I'll quickly run through. The values are passionate and distinct core beliefs as why the institution does what it does and what it stands for. So each institution has a goal, and they are offering education, whether higher education or technological education, whatever it is, the institution is offering with a purpose. So these, the purpose with which we are offering should be very, very clear, and the core beliefs of the institution should sync with the purpose of the institution, that is the vision of the institution. Then assessing values assures that all stakeholders are in agreement about what is important to the institution. So let it be students, parent, the management, the faculty, the society, all should be in sync with each other to achieve our institutional values. Then quickly, I'll explain about what are the best practices, very beautifully explained. While I was going through a lot of articles on educational system and also institutional values and best practices, I found an article by Professor V.S. Prasad Garu, former director of NAAC, very, very interesting article, and in which he clearly explains how NAAC has inculcated this parameter as part of the accreditation process. And he very clearly explains what procedure should be adopted by the institutions to decide on what best practices should be followed by the institution. So best practices are the practices which add commendable value to an institution and its various stakeholders are considered as reliable benchmarks or standards of quality. A student passing out of JNU or a student of passing out of IIM or IIT definitely carries more value in the society when compared to other institutions. It's not that other institution students are less important, but in terms of the brand value created by the institution, those students passing out or graduating from best of institutions definitely carry a lot of value with them. So they will be definitely, wherever they go to into the society, definitely everyone welcome them. Then institutional excellence in higher education is the aggregate of best practices followed in different areas of institutional performance. So the outcome of the institution or the reputation or the brand value of the institution totally depends on the best practices which are followed by the institution. Of course, best practices, it is very easy to say a best practice, but when it comes to deciding the best practice, measuring the best practice, benchmarking the best practice, and measuring the outcomes of the best practice is not that easy. Because all institutions do a lot of things which are similar. For example, in case of research, almost every institution does research. But some institutions are well recognized for the research quality, unlike other institutions. Definitely, that means the same work which is done by one institution is done by with much higher precision and expertise by some other institutions. That's why the best practices of those institutions have led them to be called as very, very reputed institutions. Then purpose of best practice benchmark. Again, I took this from Professor V.S. Prasad sir's article, Development of an Understanding of the Fundamentals that Lead to Success. So we all know all institutions are not equally successful. Even though every institution aims to be successful, but in comparison, some are more successful and some are less successful. So once you have best practices and benchmark them, if you are able to quantify, then we will understand how we can reach our goal, that is succeeding. Then focus on continuous improvement of efforts. So as academicians, maybe when we narrow down to our faculty, that is subject, we teach the same subject again and again. For example, I am a commerce faculty. I teach fundamentals of account, financial management year after year. Maybe we fall into some sort of monotony, but definitely there is a scope of improvising our teaching, and there are different methods. We can do case studies, or we can show the examples of best accounting practices followed by different countries. That's why we can bring some innovation, and we should constantly try to better ourselves in our goal to achieve our best practice. Then management of overall change process to close the gap between an existing practice of the institution and that of the best-in-class institution with reference to the key performance variable. See, all educational institutions talk about research, talk about projects, talk about results, but every institution is not the same. As I told earlier, in comparison to the best of institution, even the smallest of institution should have a benchmark and try to reach at least near to the best institution. See, as higher education, suppose I am talking about undergraduate colleges and postgraduate colleges, we can never compare ourselves with the IITs. The educational, the faculty offered by IIT may be different engineering, and ours could be traditional degree and PG courses. But definitely the teaching methodology, research practices, etc., we do that and they also do them. So our effort should be how nearer we can reach to the best of institution should be our effort. That comparison will decide whether our best practices are leading to success or not leading to success. Then again, I am continuing with Professor Prasad sir's article. Very, very in an excellent manner, in a very simplified manner, he explains on the five-stage model for best practices. One is identification of best practices, implementation of best practices, institutionalization of best practices, internalization of best practices, and dissemination of best practices. So first task is very, very difficult, because once you have to identify the best practices of an institution, first of all, the core team of the institution should sit together and list out what each one is doing. And of course, naturally, every individual, every department claims that they are doing their best. But in terms of sitting together, because we can't, suppose each department brings us about 5 to 10 best practices they follow, we can't implement all of them. Naturally, you have to prioritize and you have to list out, keeping in mind the vision of the organization, the resources available in the organization, the management's policy of the organization, and of course, the strength, the faculty strength of the organization. All these things should be kept in mind while identifying the best practices. Then implementation of best practices is a very, very difficult task. What happens is in the process of implementation, definitely whenever we do something new, there will be resistance to change immediately. But if we are able to convince the teachers and management that these best practices are going to lead to the success of the institution, there lies the leadership role, that is the principal or the core team of the college, how well they convince down the line, and how well the principal convinces the management is very, very important in the implementation. So one is identification, and what you identify, we should be able to implement. Then institutionalization of best practices. These three are self-explanatory. I will not spend much time so that we can go for the precise areas for NAAC accreditation marking. Institutionalization of best practices are making whatever practices identified and we thought of implementing as part of our work culture. And maybe in the process, I may take some examples of my own institution, where I last worked, that is Bhavan Vivekananda College. About 10 years ago, writing a research article or research projects, etc., were not known to us. But once we sat together and once we thought we have to go for accreditation process, and not only that, if institution is offering PG programs, definitely research unavoidably becomes an important component of the institution. So when our core team of heads of the departments and we sat together, then we thought how we can take it forward. So once we thought the research should be a thrust area, we decided we have a research and consultancy cell. And the research and consultancy cell was constituted with management and some experts from outside and all the faculty in charges, heads of the departments, etc. And that constitution of research and consultancy cell has led to a lot of success. Almost we got a funding of about nearly 3 to 4 crores for major research projects, minor research projects, and Star DBT College. So that's how the research area which is thrust upon has yielded excellent results. Then internalization of best practices are every faculty should be informed as to what is the goal the organization looking at. And of course, it's not easy to convince academicians because they are intelligent, they are knowledgeable. So we can only motivate them rather than compelling them. So evolve a strategy after discussing with the management to ensure the best practices which are decided are followed by the faculty. There also, in continuation of my previous example, maybe we thought we will give some small incentive, seed money for research, which definitely started slowly and it is yielding results, and a lot of people are applying for research projects. If there were viable projects, initial funding, and to work on the project, the college itself has given the seed money. So as a motivating factor, and second important factor was felicitation of the faculty for success in their research areas. So these things has definitely yielded the results. And finally, dissemination of best practices are communicating to the society at large and communicating to all the stakeholders about what the best practices have been achieved in the college or institution is the most important task. One is achieving, and second most important thing is telling the society and all the stakeholders what you have achieved. That plays an important role because unless you communicate, people will not know what the institution is doing. So these slides will give us a gist as to what is the procedure, what the procedure should be adopted for identifying the institutional values, promoting institutional values, and best practices to be laid down by the institution. And most important is institutional values are very, very important for the modern generation, because in a society where the value system is fast depleting or declining, definitely we have to work very seriously towards establishing strong institutional values. For example, in this context, I'll again take the example of my own earlier college, that we very closely collaborated with Ramakrishna Math, and we focused on outreach programs conducted by the student, outreach programs conducted by various departments along with the students. So students, when they go for outreach program, will understand the society, how the underprivileged students are when they visit the government colleges or Zilla Parishad colleges. And when they visit institutions which spread values like Ramakrishna Math, they will definitely, once they see, they understand and they also learn. They imbibe those qualities. So this is about how to establish institutional values and best practices in institutions. Now we will go to the precise areas on which NAAC has issued guidelines. So these are the NAAC guidelines. I'm not talking about NAAC guidelines for institutional values and best practices for universities. I'm only focusing on affiliated colleges and autonomous colleges. So 10% weightage out of 1,000 is given by NAAC as per in the marking system. So 100 marks out of 1,000 are earmarked by NAAC for institutional values and best practices. So both for autonomous colleges and both for and also affiliated college, total marks are earmarked for this parameter, for this criteria are 100 marks, and number of the key indicators are 3. One is institutional values and social responsibility, which carries major marking share, and next is best practices, which carry 30 marks, and next is institutional distinctiveness, which carries 20 marks. Both for autonomous and affiliated colleges, the marking weightage is the same. So number of key indicators are same, total marks are same, and this criteria wise, the key indicator wise marks also are same. But when it comes to metrics, the number of QLMs, qualitative metrics for affiliated colleges are 6. And the number of qualitative metrics for autonomous colleges are 12. So I don't have to tell what are qualitative metrics and quantitative metrics. Qualitative metrics are the metrics which need to be described by the institution. We have to write about it. And quantitative metrics are, we have to provide the proofs to NAAC about how you justify your claim. For example, they ask for, say, the facilities for Divyangan. You may say every facility is available, but the question is, for example, in case of Divyangans, approach to various buildings is very, very important. So whether ramps are there or not, if ramps are there, then you show the proof, you geotag the ramps and make it available to NAAC. So when it comes to QLMs, QLMs for affiliated colleges, number of metrics for affiliated colleges are 6 and number of metrics for autonomous colleges are 12. And qualitative metrics are 4 for affiliated colleges and 8 for autonomous colleges. Quantitative metrics are 2 for affiliated colleges and 4 for autonomous colleges. Then these are the 3 key indicators. Institutional values and social responsibility carries maximum weightage with 50 marks, and best practices carry 30 marks, and institutional distinctiveness, the USP of the institution, carries 20 marks. Total put together 100 for both affiliated as well as autonomous colleges. So these are the thrust areas. These are the questions. These are the areas on which NAAC is asking a lot of questions. These are the thrust areas on which NAAC will assess our criteria of institutional values and best practices. So here, for the 7.1 criteria, that is metrics, institutional values and social responsibility, the thrust areas are gender equity, celebration of national and international commemorative days, then environmental consciousness and sustainability. Maybe while going through, we will know more about these areas. Divyangan friendly initiatives, quality audits on environment and energy, inclusion, situatedness, human values and professional ethics, waste management, water conservation, human values and professional ethics, green campus initiatives, and code of conduct for employees, code of conduct for students, code of conduct for management, code of conduct for all the stakeholders involved with the institution. So these are the areas on which NAAC will assess us about our institutional values are strong or not. So some are qualitative and some are quantitative in that. So the four more thrust areas, among one of them are gender equity. So there is a wrong notion. Gender equity, people understand as women empowerment. It is not. So gender equity is uplift the underprivileged people or uplift the underprivileged sections or sections which are not strong enough in the institution and provide them opportunities. So suppose in case of gender equity, so you have to lower the benchmark if necessary, so that even the people who are little weaker can achieve the goal. Gender equality refers to equal opportunities, survival of the fittest. Whether a person is weak or whether a person is strong, whether a person is a man or woman, whether is person physically challenged or not, ordinary person, the benchmark is the same in gender equality. In gender equity, the benchmark will be flexible for those people who are little weak. So that they can reach the benchmark with little push and help from the institution. So this picture very clearly explains about the gender equality and the gender equity. You can see here the number of steps. First person in the gender equity is not getting any support at all, but second person in the gender equity is getting little support, and third person in the third category in the gender equity is getting more support. So gender equality is no equal benchmarks are there for everybody, but in gender equity, the benchmarks will be made suitable to the requirements of the people. Then why gender equity? This is a very, very area of biggest concern. Global Gender Gap Index Report 2020, published by the World Economic Forum. India ranks very poorly. We are progressing well. Our country's GDP is growing. Even in terms of recession and global slowdown, our country is doing well. But when it comes to gender equity, we are ranked 112 out of 153 countries. So our score is only 0.668 out of 1. So definitely, it's not a very satisfactory this thing. Representation of women politically, representation of women in politics, representation of women in educational institutions, though the number is progressing, but still the gap between both the genders, male and female, is very large. And we find very, very few people in the higher position roles. Women are definitely needs to be more proactive. And of course, they need to be given a lot of opportunities to reduce the gap. So this is why gender equity has been made as a very important area of concern. by NAAC, and it has made an important parameter while while accrediting. Then Global Gender Gap Index consists of 4 dimensions, namely economic participation and opportunity, that is the economic empowerment of based on the gender. In our case, I am talking about women. Educational attainment, definitely things are bettering even in education, but definitely a lot of improvement need to happen. Health and survival and political empowerment, as I told, representation of women in political arena of the country is not very healthy. Though now we see a few number of people here and there, but still lot needs to be done. Then promotion of gender equity. Since we have half an hour left, time left, I will just run through this slide. So conduct of gender sensitization programs, all of them which are exhibited there on the slide, and provide special facilities like construction of toilets for girls, girls waiting room, girls hostel, ladies gymnasium, counseling center, grievance cell to raise problems on harassment, CCTV cameras to protect women in hostels and specific areas. It's a safety measure, and daycare facility for women employees. So if we see these measures, definitely there is a possibility of improvement in the gender equity. Then celebration of commemorative days. Every institution should have a calendar of festivals, national as well as local as well as regional, to be celebrated. And the plan is to see that the culture of the state, culture of the locality, and culture of the country is not forgotten by the students, people. So celebrate all the days. So the plan of action should be make budgetary provisions to organize these events and appoint a small committee within your own institution and report on significance and outcome of the event. Because once you conduct a program, it's not just for a formality. Ensure that large number of students participate in the program, because program should be conducted and program should be conducted with all seriousness. That's very important, because we are trying to disseminate the value system of the country to the student community. So the examples are International Yoga Day, Independence Day, Republic Day. Of course, every institution celebrates, but definitely the number of students who attend these programs should increase by leaps and bounds. Rashtriya Ekta Divas, World Environment Day, Teachers Day. There could be so many other days which we can, which the institutions celebrate. Then environment consciousness and sustainability. Here, most important, the thrust area is, we know, now we can see excessive floods. For example, in US, there is a lot of snowfall. So snow bomb or some term is used. And now many states are suffering like anything because of this. And now we can see the climate changes are happening so rapidly. We don't see rainy season in, we don't see rain in rainy season, and maybe we see more rain in other than rainy season. Not only that, the global warming also is increasing. So environmentally, we have to be very conscious, and at our level, whatever needs to be done, we have to do. And another major area of concern is e-waste, electronic waste that is generated. Disposal of electronic waste has become a big headache for the entire world, because you see the electronic gadgets what we are using are fast changing, and naturally, for example, in case of mobile phones, generally major number of people who use mobile phones will not use the same mobile phone for more than 3 to 4 years. So how we are disposing it is a big question. Then the same with computers, same with all the electronic gadgets, because updations are coming, new innovations are coming in technology. Naturally, people would like to purchase the new gadgets. But what do we do with the old gadgets? That's a serious area of concern. And alternative sources of energy, wind power, solar power, are also very, very important. How efficiently you are managing your energy, how much energy you are spending, and how efficiently you are using the energy also becomes a very important factor. For example, now all the electrical appliances, are coming with star rating. Star rating indicate the amount of power consumed, how energy efficient the gadget is. So better is we use gadgets which are 5-star rated, and we also use LED lights. We have solar energy installed in the campus, and government also is encouraging use of solar energy by subsidizing by a maximum amount. And we should have a e-waste disposal policy and so on. Then environmental continuing with that, maybe having a biogas plant wherever it is necessary, wherever it is possible. For all institutions, it may not be possible. Organic composting, effluent treatment plants, especially for all organizations, waste management, liquid and solid waste is very, very important. And set up vermicompost pit or composting pit. All these things will be assessed by NAAC. And not only we have to do it for the purposes of NAAC, for environmental sustainability, it is mandatory for all institutions, because if we do, we involve students, and students also understand the use of following a particular practice. Then Green Initiative 7.1.3 adopted by the institution can focus on avoiding as much plastic as possible, though it is very difficult, but we have to take measure to reduce plastic usage in our respective campuses. Tree plantation and no vehicle day, that goes a big way, because some institutions, for example, I went to IIT Kanpur for a program, and everywhere throughout the thousands of acres of campus, there are cycles placed by IIT itself. So students are very vigorously using cycles, because the campus is very big, moving from one place to another place. If cycles are not put up by the institution, then naturally they have to use scooters, they have to use two-wheelers and four-wheelers, which definitely generates a lot of carbon. So environmental sustainable awareness activities, biodiversity, rainwater harvesting pits, bore-well recharge, landscaping, developing greenery in the campus, eco-friendly buildings, and zero waste policy. Whatever we do, the wastage should be the minimum. That should be our goal. Then NAAC also is giving a lot of weightage for audit to be conducted by the respective institution. Audit in the form of environmental audit, energy audit. Energy audit focuses on how much energy you are using, how much energy is generated through alternative sources of energy. For example, again in Bhavan Vivekananda College, we almost 40% of our power requirements are met by solar energy. And I went to a college in Chennai, which is very big, which is more than 300 acres campus. And almost 40% of the energy requirements are met through solar energy. And not only that, the college is like a forest. Almost it has 80 to 90% green cover in the campus. It was really, it was a very pleasurable sight to visit that college. Then gender audit, again, to see opportunities are available for all genders. And not only that, the very equitable representation of both genders is there or not also should be checked. And biodiversity audits also is part of environmental consciousness and sustainability. Then inclusion, situatedness, human values, and professional ethics. Then programs should be conducted on tolerance and harmony towards. There should be cultural harmony, accepting culture of all regions, and regional harmony, linguistic harmony, accepting all languages, and communal harmony. Very, very important in the modern day society. Socio-economic diversity also is very important, because people from different backgrounds should be comfortably studying in the institution. The rich and poor should not have any differentiation. So there should be some the programs developed by the institution where all students are treated equally and live comfortably and study together with ease. Then admission to other state students. This is another major area. If we have to get admission to other state students, one of the major work we have to do is we should get recognized. And recognition nowadays, it's easy. If you get NAAC accredited, and especially if you get a very good grade, nowadays any student who is coming for admission, they are very aware and they will check on the accreditation of the institution before joining. So once you become popular, then students from other states will come and join our institutions. Then special facilities for disabled students. Divyangan students should have lift facility, and for blind students, facility should be provided in the library, and ramps can be provided, and toilet facilities for Divyangan students should be provided. Then establishment of multi-language centers in the college, sensitization of students and employees to the constitutional obligations, like conducting programs on values, rights, duties, and responsibilities of citizens. Then best practices carry 30 marks. So social institutional values and social responsibility carries 50 marks. Best practices, since I described about best practices already, I will not again talk on that, but the weightage for that is 30 marks out of 1000 for both autonomous as well as affiliated colleges. Continuation of the best practice. This is the model to be followed by institutions. While presenting our best practice, mention the title of the practice, then what is the purpose of the practice and underlying principle or concepts of the practice, the context, that is challenging issues in designing and implementing the practice, then uniqueness in the context of Indian higher education, then were we successful? First of all, success comes in terms of participation. Then after people are participating, then whether you are able to disseminate the best practice to the students or not is second important thing. So first is we should ensure participation, and second is we should ensure with all seriousness the information is disseminated to the students. Then problems encountered and resources required, majorly problems will be in terms of finance or in terms of other resources like human resources, etc. and any other information the institution wishes to provide. Then some distinctive areas, institutional distinctiveness. Every institution should have our USP, unique selling proposition. So unless and until we develop some distinctiveness, you are not identified, and we may be one among the others. But if people have to recognize our institution as something which is very special, then definitely we have to develop distinctiveness. For example, in our college, we have given a lot of importance to research and also these extracurricular activities. Of course, academics are our primary task. Apart from academics, extracurricular activities like NCC, NSS, Scouts and Guides, etc., and also sports, we have almost 500 plus students participated at the national level, international level, and state level from the college since inception. 500 students, definitely it comes to, on an average, about 20 to 30 students participating every year at the highest level. So that's how we try to develop our USP. So distinctive areas are research, patents, publications, citations, H-indexed, and students' research. Every institution is trying to do, but how well we do is the most important question. Then sports, facilities should be provided, and students should be encouraged by various means. In terms of special education, that is, students who are international achievers may have to miss classes more regularly. Then provide them free, coaching by the teachers after the college hours or whenever they are available in the campus. And some fee concessions can be given, of course, it's a policy of the management. Then student progression, what are our students doing after graduating from the institution? They have to go for higher studies and they have to go for placements. So if most of the students are going for placements and higher studies, that means we are able to inculcate the spirit of learning among the students. Then infrastructural facilities of the institution, holistic development, that is complete development of the students. We should make them good citizens. Then extension activity in terms of slum area education is also very vital. Then nowadays, now there is a lot of discussion on NAAC, because even in quantitative metrics, we submit a lot of information, but we don't know whether the information that we have given will fetch us highest marks, 4 marks, 3 marks, 2 marks, or say whether it's rank 4, 3, 2, 1 or 0, we don't know. So now NAAC has released benchmarks for both affiliated colleges, also autonomous colleges and also universities. So we know whatever quantitative information we have given, now we know, for example, in case of PhDs. So number of PhDs, if they are 75% and more, so the institution will get the highest marks. So likewise, for all the quantitative parameters, NAAC, which was not doing earlier, has released benchmarks which are placed on the NAAC website. So before submitting the report itself, we can know what score we can get quantitatively. Of course, qualitatively, it will be assessed by the peer team. But quantitatively, now we will be in a position, definitely, that's a big boon, but I am very skeptical about it. It could be boon or bane, because once we are given the benchmark, everybody may try to follow the benchmark. So focus, instead of being on the work, it could be on it could be on numbers. That is an element of risk, but institutions will have clarity as to what score, to get the full score, what we have to do, or what for the information that we are having, how much score can we get, can be known by the institutions now, be in the recently released NAAC benchmarkings, which are available on the NAAC website. So this is again for autonomous colleges benchmarking. Then best practices followed by the institutions make great progress possible. So whether we have to remain or we want to remain ordinary, whether we want to be great, is not in the hands of anyone. It is in the hands of the institution itself, majorly in the leadership of the institution and in the stakeholders of the institution, which are management, students, teachers, principal, of course, the society at large, all these people put together. If they are able to contribute to the best of best practices, then institution will be recognized and it will definitely have a lot of value generated in the society. So this is about institutional values and best practices for purposes of NAAC. And if I thank you very much, Achyuta madam, for giving me this opportunity, and Anupama madam for coordinating with me, and also almost last 1.5 months she has been talking to me to see that everything is smooth and fine. So thank the management of Reddy College for giving me this opportunity. And I also thank all the participants for a very, very patient hearing on the last day and that to a last session. It's very difficult, but definitely you have been patient enough to listen to me for the last almost 1 hour.
Thank you, sir.
Anupama madam.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
See, now I have maybe criteria wise questions also, but they are available in the NAAC website.
Yes.
And if the delegates have any questions, then definitely we can ask.
Thank you, sir, for wonderful and informative presentation, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dear participants, any questions?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
I have a question which I think sir can answer. Sir, we have already submitted our SSR and DVV process is almost complete. There were some clarifications which we have already given.
Oh.
And we are now waiting for the peer team visit
Oh.
any time now in the next 2-3 months or so.
Oh.
So now the benchmarks which NAAC has released recently, will those be applicable to us or they will be applicable to people who will be submitting their SSR from now onwards?
No, they are already made applicable even to your SSR. They are applicable already. They were applicable already, but now they have to make it more transparent, they have released it. So there is no change in the benchmarking. So the scoring pattern remains the same, whether they declared it or didn't declare earlier. So the whatever new benchmark, not new, whatever benchmarking is released by NAAC, it is applicable to you also.
Now, sir, don't you think this is a little unfair to institutions which have already submitted their SSR?
Yeah, I do
Having
understand.
known-
I know. I do understand. That's what I told. See, releasing this benchmark it's a double-edged sword. So there could be a possible, see, if we knew about the benchmarks and maybe we could have tried little more and provided more information. But since we don't know the benchmark, we have given whatever we have. So when benchmarks are there, definitely the risk of people running after the numbers will increase rather than looking at the, see, we do work sincerely when we give whatever information, whatever work we did, we present. Definitely. Maybe if we knew the benchmarks, we could have done better. Maybe we could have conducted more programs.
Definitely. Thank you, sir.
But there was a lot of, since especially you may be aware, since a lot of people were asking on lack of transparency as to what quantitative information fetches how many marks. So there were a lot of requests going to NAAC. That's why they released the benchmarks, which makes the system very transparent. Yes.
Sir, I have a question, sir. Regarding that best practices, sir, it should be continued from many years or recent ones also we can.
Recent ones also.
Recent ones also we can.
Yes, yes. Recent ones also. Only thing is, you should be able to show sizable results.
Okay.
With whatever best practices you have adopted.
That outcome.
Yeah, because every year they are asking for 2 best practices.
Yes, sir.
So you can identify one as your best, major best practice. Whichever you have advantage, you can show as your major best practice in the final SSR.
Right.
And
Thank
in future, maybe there will be no need for submitting SSR because in the revised AQAR pattern.
Yes, sir.
So all the information is available with NAAC already. After 5 years, you don't have to do anything.
Yes, sir.
Maybe Neena madam, Neena Sharma ji.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Since now AQR pattern also has changed. So institutions cannot do anything subsequently once they submit their AQAR. That means every year you are submitting 20% of the SSR to NAAC already. Of course, this will be applicable for those institutions from now, but definitely, as you said, maybe some institutions will be at a minor loss, not much. Yes.
Some benchmarks are increased, it seems, sir. For example, for alumni, contribution above 50 lakhs, the score is 4 previously, but now it is 50 lakhs, 50.
Because the economy is progressing and the value of money also need to be redefined. Of course, I see didn't see the benchmark of autonomous colleges, Achutha madam.
Yes, sir.
But whatever is changed will be applicable for those institutions which are going to submit SSR now.
We have to.
Good afternoon, Gopal Reddy sir and Sujata ma'am.
Good afternoon, Gopal Reddy sir and Sujata
Namaskar,
madam.
namaskar, namaskar.
Good evening, Gopal Reddy sir.
Namaskaram, sir. Namaskar, sir. Just now I joined.
Yeah. Good evening, Sujata madam.
Ashok garu, మీరు ఎక్కడ ఉన్నారు ఇప్పుడు?
నేను ఇక్కడ భవన్స్ న్యూ సైన్స్ కాలేజీలో జాయిన్ అయ్యాను సార్ యాజ్ అడ్వైజర్.
ఇక్కడ అక్కడే రామకృష్ణపురమా?
లేదు సార్, నారాయణగూడ.
నారాయణగూడ గుడ్.
అది రీసెంట్ గా లాస్ట్ 1 వీక్ కింద జాయిన్ అయ్యాను సార్. మా భవన్స్ వాళ్ళది.
దట్ ఐ నో.
ఎస్ సార్. సో ఇంకా same organization కాబట్టి it will be easy for me.
You are very near to us. I too stay in Narayanguda only.
I see. నేను వచ్చాను సార్ రెడ్డి కాలేజ్ కూడా I came 2-3 times. Achutha madam invited me for something.
నేను ఉండేది నారాయణగూడలోనే.
సార్
వెరీ నియర్ టు దిస్ పార్క్.
అచ్చా
పార్క్ మా ఇంటి వెనకాల ఉంటుంది.
So good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Sujata ma'am, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Anupama. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Gopal.
Good afternoon. Ma'am,
I'm audible?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Achutha madam.
Yes, sir.
See, since all of them are there, I would like to also thank my our assistant professor, Dr. Aparna. She helped me in making my PPT because I am technologically not so savvy. So my colleague in Bhavan Vivekananda College, thank you, Aparna madam. I saw you joining just now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aparna.
My name.
Hello. Hello.
Please start,
Yes, ma'am.
Anupama,
Yeah.
valedictory function.
Nirai, any questions from the participants?
Good evening, Gopal Reddy garu.
నమస్కారం సార్.
Welcome. Good evening, Sujata madam.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you for accepting our invitation to be with us this evening.
No. This is our own duty.
and welcome to this program.
Today's guests are family of Reddy College. Sir.
Ma'am, I suppose there are no queries from the participants, so we can continue.
Yes. Ashok sir, can you stop the presentation, sir?
Yeah.
Thank you, Ashok sir.
Thank you, Sudarshan Reddy sir.
Sir, you please
Ashok sir,
accept
good evening. Ashok sir, good evening. That was a nice presentation. Niraimati here, sir.
Niraimati madam, thank you so much.
Thank you,
And
sir.
Aparna madam, మీరు ఉన్నారా meeting లో?
She is there, sir.
Thank you very much for all the help.
Sir, thank you so much, sir. You're welcome, sir. It's a very nice presentation.
Thank you.
Sir, now accept our appreciation certificate, sir, as a token of gratitude.
Thank you, Anupama madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite D. Harita, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics and member IQAC to propose formal vote of thanks to sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. It gives me a privilege to propose vote of thanks for this session on Criterion 7, with best institutional values and best practice. Sir has given an effective presentation on institutional best practices and what is a best practice and purpose of it in benchmarking. Sir has given a 5-stage model for application of best practices and implementation of best practices by giving examples. Sir, you have given the detailed explanation of each metric under key indicators of Criterion 7, sir. It is very helpful for each one of us, for whoever are going for the next NAAC assessment. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity.
Anupama ma'am, with your permission, shall we start the session?
Yes, Principal ma'am and Sudarshan Reddy sir. Shall we
Yes,
start
yes,
the
Anupama.
valedictory program?
Yes, Anupama.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Progress cannot be generated when we are satisfied with the existing situations. Good evening to all. A warm welcome to our chief guest, Professor G. Gopal Reddy sir, former member UGC and former Pro-Chancellor, Mahatma Gandhi University, Bihar, guest of honor, Dr. V. Sujata ma'am, Principal, Kaveri College for Women, Tiruchi, Tamil Nadu, Secretary Sir, HMBS, Professor K. Mutyam Reddy sir, Secretary of our college, Professor G. Sudarshan Reddy sir, Principal Dr. J. Achyuta Devi ma'am, Vice Principal Dr. C. Kavita ma'am, heads of the departments, units, faculty of our college, and participants from across the country to the valedictory program of a 4-day national seminar on NAAC 7 criteria in collaboration with NAAC from 4 to 7 January 2023. I welcome to all the delegates, the dignitaries, and of this session. I request our Secretary, Sir, Professor G. Sudarshan Reddy, Sir, to preside the valedictory program. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Salma. I at the outset welcome the two guests of this evening on behalf of the management, Professor G. Garu, who has been and who scaled new heights in the field of higher education by becoming member of UGC, then became Pro Vice Chancellor, Central University of Bihar, and has been very active at different levels of higher education. I'm very happy for that, and who consented to be with us this evening, and he is there. I welcome him. Then Dr. Sujata Madam, Principal, Kaveri College for Women, Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu, who has been active in the, of course, area of higher education again, particularly as NAAC assessor, and also in the other levels of higher education, and has been guiding us, helping us to do something good in the field of education, who is with us by accepting our invitation to deliver valedictory address. I welcome Madam. I'm very happy. And now I call upon the principal, Dr. J. Achyuta Devi, to address the gathering.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. I welcome all the participants to today's valedictory function. I would like to extend my special welcome to today's chief guest, Professor G. Gopal Reddy Garu, former University Grants Commission member, former Pro Vice Chancellor, Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Bihar, and Dr. V. Sujata Madam, Principal, Kaveri College for Women, Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu. And I welcome Ashok sir, former Principal, Bhavans New Science College, Hyderabad. I thank all the dignitaries who made our event successful. I thank Professor Limbadri, Chairman, Telangana Council of Higher Education, Chief Guest for his motivational speech on inaugural function. I thank Dr. Ramadevi Kondapalli, Advisor, Higher Education Institutions and Central Universities for her direction towards NAAC preparation. I thank Parag Shah, IQAC Coordinator, Modern College of Arts and Science and Commerce, Pune, Maharashtra, for his lecture on curricular aspects. I thank Dr. Deepak Nanava, IQAC Coordinator, DAV Velankar College of Commerce, Solapur, Maharashtra, for his lecture on criteria to teaching, learning and evaluation. I thank Dr. M.G. Sethuraman, Professor, Department of Chemistry, Gandhigram Rural Institute, Tamil Nadu, for his inspiring lecture on Criteria 3, Research, Innovations and Extension. I thank Mr. Rajmohan Pardeshi, IQAC Coordinator and Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, Karnataka Arts Science and Commerce College, Bidar, Karnataka, for his lecture on Criteria 4, Infrastructure and Learning Resources. I thank Professor Ayub Mehboob Sheikh, Head Department of Zoology, ICS College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Maharashtra, for his guidance, student support and progression. I thank Mr. Pahade Piyush Manohar Sir, Coordinator IQAC and Head Department of Zoology, HV Desai College, Pune, Maharashtra, for his inputs on governance, leadership and management. I thank Professor Y. Ashok Sir, retired principal, Bhavans Vivekananda College, Sainikpuri, Hyderabad, for his inspiring lecture on institutional values and best practices. I thank Professor G. Gopal Reddy Garu, former University Grants Commission member, former Pro Vice Chancellor, Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Bihar, and Dr. V. Sujata Madam, Principal, Kaveri College for Women, Tamil Nadu. I thank all my team members for their cooperation and constant support. Thank you, one and all.
Now I request Dr. B. Anupama, Coordinator IQAC, to present the report.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone, and welcome you once again to the valedictory program. The IQAC of RBVRR Women's College, in collaboration with NAAC, organized a 4-day national seminar on NAAC 7 criteria from January 4th to 7th. The seminar was a grand success and around 300 participants from all over India got registered and attended the seminar via Zoom and YouTube. The resource persons of the seminar were well experienced and explained each and every qualitative and quantitative metrics in NAAC 7 criteria in a detailed manner, and also explained about the importance of documentation. The seminar started on 4th January. The inaugural began with the tradition of lighting the lamp and prayer song. The program was presided by Professor G. Sudarshan Reddy, Secretary cum Correspondent. Dr. J. Achita Devi, Principal, welcomed the guests and shared a few details about the college. Dr. B. Anupama, myself, Program Convener and Coordinator, IQAC, has welcomed guests and spoke about the objectives of the seminar. Chief guest of the inaugural program, Professor R. Limbadri, Chairman, Telangana State Council of Higher Education, appreciated the RBVRR Women's College as best college in Telangana for providing quality education for women. He emphasized on the importance of the documentation of data, and he also said that every teacher in the college should be involved in the preparation of NAAC report. He also appreciated our college for organizing this seminar and said that it helps to sensitize and upgrade the faculty members about NAAC 7 criteria. Keynote speaker, Dr. Ramadevi Kondapalli, advisor, Higher Education Councils and Central Universities, discussed about reforms and changes happening in the education system and accreditation component in the country. And also, she discussed the institutions in Telangana not able to figure NIRF and highest ranking of the NAAC, and advised the management of the colleges to find out the solutions for these. The technical sessions began with criterion 6, that is governance, leadership and management, by Piyush Pahade Manohar sir, who is the coordinator IQAC and head department of zoology. HV Desai College, Pune, has highlighted the role of the governance, leadership and management, and sir explained all the key indicators of criterion 6 in detail and said that IQAC is expected to be a vigilant body contributing to the quality of the institution, and governance plays an important role as it rules all other NAAC criteria by implementing the well-stated policies in the respective criteria with the involvement of college management. Next session on criterion 2, that is teaching, learning and evaluation, by Professor Deepak Nanaver from DAV Velankar College of Commerce, Solapur, Maharashtra. The session was focused on teaching, learning and evaluation with complete overview of criterion 2, distribution of metric weightages, key indicators and documentation, etc.
And the day 2 of the seminar began on 5th January by lecture on criterion 4, infrastructure and learning resources. The resource person was Mr. Rajmohan Pardesi, IQAC coordinator and assistant professor, Department of Computer Science, Karnataka Arts, Science and Commerce College. Sir has given crystal clear explanation on each key indicator, documents and marks distribution with examples on criterion 4. Second session of the day 2 is on criterion 3, research, innovations and extension by Dr. M.G. Sethuraman, Professor, Department of Chemistry, Gandhigram Rural Institute, Tamil Nadu. Sir has given detailed presentation on weightage of marks for each metric. He explained clearly what are quality parameters of a journal and the need of strengthening the research in every institution and how to mobilize research grants for projects. Sir also sensitized the participants on innovation, ecosystem, consultancy, collaborative and extension activities. Then day 3 of the seminar began with criterion 5, that is student support and progression, on January 6th. Speaker of the session was Professor Ayub Mehboob Sheikh, Head Department of Zoology from ICS College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Maharashtra. Sir has explained about benchmarks, initiatives to be taken by the institutions and a documentation procedure of each metric related to criterion 5. Sir has elaborated data templates of each parameter. Second session of the day 3 is on criterion 1, that is curricular aspects. The session speaker was Parag Shah, coordinator, IQAC PES Modern College, Pune. The session included a detailed explanation on curricular aspects, various records or documents to be maintained at the institution level, department level, and at the faculty level. The speaker highlighted on the requirements for imparting certificate courses and other value-added courses to the students. Day 4 of seminar began with criterion 7, that is today, institutional values and best practices, on 7th January by Professor Y. Ashok Sir, retired principal, Bhavans Vivekananda College, Sainikpuri. Sir has given effective presentation on institutional best practices, what is the best practice and purpose of it, the benchmarking, and how to select practice and its implementation, and all the parameters and benchmarks, etc. I thank all the participants for their enthusiastic participation, and we have received a lot of appreciation from the delegates after this seminar that they have got a clear idea about all the criteria, key indicators, documentation and benchmarks, etc. I thank my IQAC team members for their support who made it grand success. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, Anupama, for the detailed report.
Thank you, sir.
I now request Ms. D. Sweta, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, to introduce the guest of honor.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay. I, D. Shweta, Assistant Professor from Computer Science Department and a member IQAC of RBVRR Women's College. It gives me an immense pleasure to introduce today's guest of honor, Dr. V. Sujata ma'am, MCom, MPhil, PhD, Entrepreneurship Development. Ma'am has done orientation program to principals of Women's College on planning and management of higher educational institution at National Education Planning and Administration, New Delhi. Assessment interaction meeting at Bangalore, organized by NAAC. Orientation course for highly graded principals at Goa, sponsored by NAAC and Goa University. Ma'am has guided 5 PhD students and 30 MPhil students. Ma'am published a book entitled Best Practices in Higher Education, Tiruchi. Published a book entitled Entrepreneurial Development, Kaveri Publication, Tiruchi. Facts for You, Growth of ATMs in India. Published an article on awareness, satisfaction, and problem of Mediclaim insurance policy holders on empirical study among college teachers. Published a paper on the effect of the demographic factors on the competency of HR in specialized hospital at Tiruchirappalli. Published a paper on mobile banking as a financial modernism, SBS Tank, in the International Journal of Applied Management Research. Published a paper on a study on customer relationship management in hotels with reference to Terrichi district. Published a paper on effective of severquial dimensionals in increasing customer satisfaction between star and budgeted hotel in National Conference on Hospitality and Tourism Industries. Published an article on gender difference in mall shopping behavior at Chennai City. Published a paper on factors determining tenants' satisfaction in shopping mall at Chennai City. Published a research paper entitled Development of Tourism in India, Challenges and Opportunity. Awards. Ma'am has awarded a Best Head of the Institution Award from District Youth and Student Exonora for the year 2011. Vetri Pennamani Virudha and International Women's Day 2011 from Bharati Desai University. Distinguished Lifetime Achievement Award 2015 from Smart Journal of Business Management. Kaveri College for Women was awarded Outstanding Young Environ Institution 2017 by the Government of Tamil Nadu Water Resource Department. Young Environ Scientist Award by the Government of Tamil Nadu. Vocational Service Award from Innerville Club of Tiruchirappalli. Educational Excellence Award from Skill India Award Chennai. As peer team member, member coordinator, NAAC Assessment and Accreditation Council, ma'am has visited as a resource person for work on pre-material counseling at Bharati Desai University, resource person for UGC sponsored refreshing course in commerce, participated in the National Conference on Best Practice in Higher Education organized by NAAC and Goa University, acted as a resource person national level seminar sponsored by NAAC at Government Degree College, a special emphasis on rural institutions held in 2006, participated in International Conference on Beyond Chalk and Talk Challenges and Opportunities for Teachers in the Digital Age Academic Staff College, resource person for NSS program, officers organized orientation program and delivered a lecture on gender justice. Resource person for general orientation and refresher course and delivered a lecture on best practices in teaching and learning. Resource person for national integration camp organized by JJ College of Technology on the topic influence of family in youth personality development. Special invitee for UGC sponsored workshop on capacity building of women managers in higher education. Valedictory address International Conference on Applications of Mathematics and Statistics. Convocation address rendered at Rangivar College of Education. Resource person for capacity building organized by Bharat Desai University. Resource person UGC sponsored workshop on challenges and changes in the evaluation system. Resource person UGC sponsored workshop for professional development for academic administration on institution assessment and accreditation.
Enough.
At last, resource person for national webinar on institution best practices distinguished organized by IQSC RBVRR Women's College. Resource person for national conference on strengthening IQSC for quality sustainability. With this brief introduction, I welcome you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Shall I start?
Yeah.
The most distinguished secretary of this prestigious institution, Sir G. Darshan Reddy, correspondent cum secretary, RBVVR Women's College, Hyderabad, the chief guest and my best friend, Professor G. Gopal Reddy, former member, University Grants Commission and former Pro Vice Chancellor, Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Bihar. Above all, the gifted principal of this a dedicated institution for women education, Dr. J. Achudya Devi, an excellent IQSC coordinator, Dr. B. Anupama, and all the members, vice principals, and all the delegates, and those who join this meeting through Zoom. I really congratulate and appreciate the efforts taken by RBVR Women's College and the National Assessment and Accreditation Council. So why I'm saying this, if the
Sudarshan Reddy garu.
Yes, Gopal Reddy.
Andarni unmute cheseyandi.
A lot
except
of
speaker.
Yes, Anupama.
Sir, done that, sir. Done.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
See, myself and our guest today, Dr. Gopal Reddy, Professor Gopal Reddy, we have witnessed and we have experienced various phases of NAAC accreditation for the past more than 15 years. Lot of changes have been taken place. Even I have attended the last session, Professor Ashok retired principal of Bhavan Vivekananda College, who was rightly saying that NAAC lot of changes at par with the NEP. Now their own main concentration, they are going to link, they wanted to update the institutional assessment and accreditation in connection with the NEP. After listening to Dr. Rama also, the former advisor NAAC, definitely still more efforts the institution needed to complete our own process. So recently we uploaded our own AQR report. As per Professor Ashok said, it's similarly like SSR. I hope RBVR also experienced last year. So we are not able to skip even a single information. And as per the NAAC requirement, we have uploaded, it is not at all immediately approved. They have raised some queries. We clarified our own, that is the doubts of the NAAC, then only it is approved. So I am telling this, later on, the process of accreditation is going to be changed, particularly based on our AQAR report. So we have to put our maximum effort while preparing the AQR report and submitting every year in time. That is very, very important. What is stipulated period mentioned by the NAAC, you must consider and it must be well taken. And Professor Ashok also mentioned, I think one of the participants raised a question. We have already submitted SSR, but the latest benchmarks are introduced. As Professor Ashok mentioned, lot of controversies, lot of issues, lot of petitions received by the NAAC in connection with the process of accreditation. That's why they made it very transparent. Benchmarks are introduced. Particularly, we, the autonomous institutions, wait still more. Now, NAAC expecting our own recommendations, our own suggestions before conclude manual for the autonomous institutions. But what I am saying, it is not only the responsibility of the NAAC, it is the responsibility of all the stakeholders. Every individual have to think about the quality enhancement of the institution. If you are going to be in the highly graded institution, definitely that speaks about your own credentials among the public, because public now came to know what is NAAC, what is NIRF. While coming for the admission, simply they are raising all these questions. So that's why I thank the National Assessment and Accreditation Council for the maximum efforts they are taking in different phases for long period. They are keep on changing the methodology of assessment and accreditation. Lot of changes have been taken place, still more planning also going on. While listening to all the speakers of different criteria, I hope you know better how the new process of assessment is going to be. Connected with the benchmarks again one question raised by one participant, whether the new best practice can be included. While come across with the institutional assessment of various institutions, it is not properly written as the best practices. So kindly identify which is your best practice, which is the point you can be the distinctive from others. That is very, very important. Not for the sake of writing the SSR, don't do that, because assessment and accreditation is going to be very tough hereafter. It is not going to be very easy. So various changes are taking place, and you all have to concentrate new educational policy. That is going to be the last stage. That is where we have to adopt our own methodology and our own changes. That is very, very important. I hope you have listened Dr. Rama's discussion about what the NEP expecting from the institutions, and particularly what from the autonomous institution. So it is our own mandatory issue to concentrate each criteria in a specified manner, and very effectively we have to look into, and all the teachers are to be expected to involve, not only the teachers, all the stakeholders. The final result is going to be the expected standard of the National Assessment and Accreditation Council. So very excellently, NAAC supporting the institutions to speak about the quality of higher education, how the institution have to raise their own level and the quality through this type of seminars and workshops. Definitely that will help all the participants to listen and they can act. That is the only expectation. Now outcome. Everything is outcome based. So my own request is, after completing this 4-day seminar, I expect the criterion in charges of RBVR college have to plan for one workshop or seminar. Similarly, like you have to make others to understand what you have learned, because the number of participants connected to the seminar is not, it's only limited, say up to 150 or 200 like that. So your duty is, that is the only expectation of the NAAC, that is the outcome of the NAAC. What you have learned, it must be disseminated to others. That's why UGC also have given a chance of making the mentor institutions under Paramasha scheme. We have adopted some institutions and we have given all guidelines. The pathetic is the private institutions not coming forward because they feel that with the available data and with the available thing, if they go for NAAC assessment, they won't get that highest level. So I just criticize that management. It is not the matter of getting the highest rank immediately. First, we have to get into this process. Then only we can think about in where and what we have to do further. So I hope RBVR Women's College in the right direction they are doing. My own request, this is the outcome of this 4-day thing. You plan another program or that is a workshop to enlighten other institutions of the Telangana to come out without any fear. They have to go for accreditation. So that is my own expectation. And I wish and congratulate the efforts taken by the IQAC coordinator of the institution, the secretary and the principal, vice principals and all the faculty, those who are involved, and Professor G. Gopal Reddy. And he is totally associated with the higher education. And he was the former member of UGC. He knows very well and better than me. I understand like that only. And his own address is going to enable us to know what is the present scenario and what is the expectations of Ministry of Education. So the Ministry of Education is playing a very vital role in making the higher education institutions at par. The total in India, all the that is various say how to conclude that is it is the only expectations of the Ministry of Higher Education. All the institutions, whether it is in a university or autonomous institution or affiliated system, everybody have to concentrate quality in higher education. That is the only expectation. Thank you for the opportunity given to me. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, Mutyam Reddy, sir.
Thank you, madam. I invite Professor Gopal Reddy to speak. I welcome Professor K. Mutyam Reddy Garu to this program, and I request him to speak, to say a few words about it. Hello. Hello, Mutyam Reddy Garu. Hello. Anupama?
Hello, sir. Sir
Anupama,
is
am
there,
I
sir?
audible?
Yes.
Yeah, Mutyam Reddy Garu. Vachinra, join ayinra?
Unnar, sir. Sir is there.
Hello.
Hello, Mutyam Reddy, sir.
I'm here.
Sir, good evening, sir. You are audible.
Good evening. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes,
Welcome,
sir.
You
You
are
are
audible, sir.
Okay, I'm here.
Yeah, kindly say a few words.
Oh. So, at the outset, Let me thank Professor Gopal Reddy Garu for giving his time to be with us this evening as chief guest of the program. I also congratulate for that, thank Madam Sujata. She is always with us and taking pains several times in motivating and giving some awareness about the NAAC and its criteria, etc. So I thank her to be with us this evening. Oh, yes. Today's education is not like yesterday's one, as all of us know. As Madam just now pointing out, it is totally outcome oriented and outcome based. And I congratulate the principal, the secretary and correspondent of the college, and particularly Dr. Anupama and her team for taking pains every day, meeting people, contacting people, experts, and organizing local, national seminars to educate themselves on NAAC criteria, etc. So I once again congratulate them. Then okay, they have undergone this kind of seminars on NAAC criteria and got, I think, I hope, sufficient knowledge about the various criterion of NAAC. And what remains now is practice. How we practice, what you learn about this criterion and all. So how you take the college to its heights. So with this, I once again thank the organizers and also thank Professor Gopal Reddy and Dr. Sujata Madam. So with us this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I now request Dr. Lalita Praveena to introduce the chief guest.
Thank you, sir. I'm indeed honored to have the pleasant task of introducing Professor Gopal Reddy Garu to the august audience today. Sir is currently the President of India's nominee for University of Delhi, and some of the very prominent positions held by Sir are: Sir was Pro Vice Chancellor, Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Bihar, member University Grant Commission from 2017 to 20. Sir was Senior Research Fellow, Indian Council of Social Science Research. Sir was a member Executive Committee, Makai, Ministry of Culture, Government of India for the period 2018 to 2023, Kolkata. Sir was Dean, Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, Palamuri University during the period 2012 and 15. Sir was member Advisory Committee, ICSSR, Southern Regional Center from 2018 to 2023. Sir is Principal, University Postgraduate College, Osmania University. Member Executive Council, International Political Science Association, Canada. Member Board of Governance, Research Committee on Asia Pacific Studies, International Political Science Association. President, Indian Political Science Association from the period 2013 and 15. So we are very honored to have you here, sir. Thank you for accepting our invitation. And now I request you to honor our audience with your enlightening speech. So over to you, Gopal Reddy, sir. Thank you.
Namaskar to everyone. Is I am audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Namaskar to everyone. I am unable to see anyone except myself. Videos are not on such. I requested only for muting the voice, not the picture. Okay, it's all right. So, good afternoon and good evening to everyone. I am really honored to be associated myself with the Rajabahadur Venkat Rama Reddy Women's College, run by the Hyderabad Mahila Sangam, the oldest women's college in Hyderabad city, which was started by Rajabahadur Venkat Rama Reddy Garu, and prominent philanthropist, prominent personality who did a very big social service for the people of rural Telangana, rural Hyderabad in those days. Friends, Professor Sudarshan Reddy Garu, Secretary, come correspondent, Rajabahadur Venkat Rama Reddy Educational Society. Dr. Sujata Garu, Principal, Kaveri College for Women, Tirchanapalli. Dr. Mutyam Reddy Garu, Secretary, Hyderabad Mahila Sangam. Principal Garu, Principal Dr. Achita Devi Garu, and other participants. And I think Dr. Ashok also is here, former Principal, New Science College, Ramakrishnapura. Participants and my dear friends. It is really a great opportunity for me to interact with all of you. I am not going to tell any new things to you, but I learned few things from you while participating in the inaugural function and also the fag end of the valedictory function. Really, it is a wonderful program. NAAC is organized. NAAC is encouraging the various institutions to come forward for the organizing such and such programs. But the thing is, I know as a University Grants Commission member how the scheme came into the being and how it is not effectively functioning also worries me. Why I am telling is because this was established in the year during the chairmanship of Professor G. Ramireddy Garu, who is from this place, who was former Vice Chancellor of Osmania University and founder of Vice Chancellor Ambedkar University, Indira Gandhi Open University, and Vice President Commonwealth of Learning and UGC Chairman, and ICSR Chairman later on also. And he initiated the establishment of NAAC at Bangalore, National Assessment and Accreditation Council. Prior to it, another important dimension recommended by the National Education Commission in the year 1986, that is Autonomous College Scheme. Both were important aspects in the higher education scenario, but they are not taken up as per the expectations of the people who wanted these two schemes. Regarding the autonomous colleges, if you go back to the history of the autonomous colleges, Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, in the year 1948 itself, we recommended that India should have a 48 autonomous, at least 50 autonomous colleges in this country. In the long run, they should become an advisors and lead institutions in this country. They should be in a position to guide the other education institutions in the country. That was its intention. Unfortunately, that didn't get an attention of the policymakers. Ultimately, 1986 education policy announced it. Even then, by 2014, there were only 400 colleges out of the 42,000 colleges in this country. As a member,
Sir, you are on mute, sir.
Not audible.
No, I am not on mute. I am not on mute.
Yes, sir, you're audible now.
I am audible now?
Yes, sir.
So, ultimately, today's autonomous college strength in India is 871. Before 2019 itself, we took up this as a challenging issue, and we went around throughout the country, initially sensitized the management people and also the administrators, chief executive office of the higher education institutions, either private or public. But unfortunately, then even today also we didn't reach 1,000 goal which we were intended to in that year. Now it is 871. Coming to the NAAC, NAAC purpose is assess the quality of the institutions, the institutions for other institutions in the country. Out of the 42,000 colleges in this country, only 8,547 colleges were accredited. Total number you will see 14,373, but there is a multiple accreditation, that is different story. But only the total college accredited is, whether it is one cycle, second cycle, or third cycle, only 8,547. For the sake of for autonomy for the NAAC, why the people are not coming forward, I am not in a position to assess them. We sensitize, we are continuously sensitizing. The other day, Professor Limbadri sir was telling whoever is intended to go for the NAAC or as well as the autonomous college status, and government is going to give 1 lakh rupees. I was part of that particular decision, which took by the State Council of Telangana in the year 2019. I was present while it was announced by the then Chairman State Council of Higher Education, Professor Papireddy Garu. I am really thankful to him. And that is the gesture state government, with the gesture coming forward to encourage the higher education institutions in this country to go for the NAAC and as well as the autonomous status. Friends, autonomy is going to play an important role in the National Education Policy 2020, because many of the colleges will be conferred with the degree awarding status. That is going to happen very soon. Whether we are ready for that or not, that is a different story. But they have given already some training to us to conduct our own examinations and declare the results. Ultimately, degree was granted by the parent university. That parent university may very soon de-link to us, and we have to strengthen ourselves, prepare ourselves for the degree awarding status. That is going to be a very, very important aspect and milestone decision by the government of India very soon. As Sujata Madam was telling, NAAC has undergone several changes. Initially, it was stars, later on A+++, and now what is going to happen, we don't know. The name and nomenclature also may going to be changed. And also, the parameters for the assessment of the colleges, various institutions also are taking place. And in the coming days, that is going to radically change again and again. And we should prepare for all these things. Friends, NEP 2020, which was supposed to take up by this time, because of the pandemic situation, which we are facing more than 2.5 years, still we are not completely out of the pandemic situation, but at least there is no such danger in first phase and second phase, which we have faced and which have killed so many our near and dear. But ultimately, this got delayed, and now I think under the chairmanship of University Grants Commission, Professor Jagdish Kumar, very soon the national education policy in full swing is going to be implemented. There are many changes in the national education policy, and we have to adapt ourselves as the higher education institutions in this country. I had been to Kaveri College for Women. Sujata Madam, I know Sujata Madam since a few years, and I really appreciate the college, not because she is there. Wherever I go, I take the name of the Kaveri College for Women, Tiruchirappalli. It was started way back in the year 1984. I delivered there in the 37th foundation day, I think, of their institution. And the Tiruchirappalli is a very small town, and they have the 5,000 students in their college. Is NAAC grading each time they are going up. That is the wonderful thing, and why it is happening. And I went there, I saw the entire thing, the management, infrastructure, institution, and the students, student background, and also the headed by Dr. Sujata Madam, who is also very much familiar with the autonomous college framework and also the NAAC framework. And she is developing college like any other thing, and management also coming forward to encourage her. And I advised their management to go for the deemed to be university status because they are eligible for that. And they may go very soon. I hope, I congratulate, I wish Very soon, Kaveri College for Women become a deemed to be university in Tamil Nadu. And another important thing is Tamil Nadu is a state where they have utilized the various schemes launched by the government of India under the Ministry of Education or Ministry of Human Resource Development or the UGC. And the largest number of autonomous colleges are there in the Tamil Nadu. Out of 847, more than 250 autonomous colleges are there in Tamil Nadu. And what the national average of the gross enrollment ratio is more than double of the national average. We have around 27, they are more than 45 or 46 now. And we have the other states are not coming forward, I don't know. And we have seen, as Madam was telling, visited various colleges, government and private colleges. And in the colleges where the very good infrastructure is there and faculty is there, the other thing is lacking is coordination. The head of the institution is not in a position to take along with the faculty members, they won't cooperate. When we visited the institutions on site, after submitting the SSR report and all other things, DVV score is already announced. When we went there, the unfortunate thing, they have everything, but they were not in a position to present the SSR report. That is an unfortunate thing. I mentioned on several occasions, you are fighting, but that is the reason you are not getting the good score. And the government college, it is an unfortunate thing in this country. The well-paid and highly paid teachers in the government colleges, because UGC scale they are getting, private college teachers they are not getting. In the government college, they are fighting and they are not in a position to say whatever they have. They are not in a position to present effectively. That is the major drawback in the government education institutions. We have seen many private colleges because of the management functioning system and also the teachers, those who are functioning under the private working effectively and coming and submitting a proper SSR report and getting the good score. This is what is happening in the education institutions. I hope the Reddy Women's College will definitely come forward. The coming, I think the third cycle or fourth cycle is not autonomous, and also the coming year without wasting your time, I hope you will think in terms of going to the deemed university status, or otherwise University Grants Commission will trust upon you that you should be declared, you will be declared as a degree awarding institution. That is going to happen. And another important aspect, I don't want to speak on the NAAC issues because the seven criteria were discussed by all the teachers, and where the NAAC grading is hurting, you have to think, because they have explained everything to you, all of you, everything, listen carefully, might have noted down the points, various points, which point is going to get give more and more credit to the institution. The thing is imparting quality education, and this is being suggested by the NEP 2020 and also NAAC continuously insisting. Quality is hampering various institutions. Professor Mutyam Reddy also mentioned just now regarding the earlier education system and present education system. And there are a lot of changes coming because of the national education policy, and local languages are going to get more and more importance in the curriculum. As curriculum also, we have to incorporate the local environmental situations, local customs and traditional practices. That is also going to play an important role. And academic depository is being initiated by the University Grants Commission, and ABC, Academic Bank of Credit by the National Education Policy, and many things, multiple entry, multiple exit, all going to play an important role, and more work to the education institutions. We all have to equip ourselves, otherwise we are not going to compete with the other competing education institutions. As far as the education is concerned, once Ravindranath Tagore said, if a teacher is not in a position to ignite the minds of the young people of this country, and just you are loading them, not more than that you are doing. The meaning of that is, I feel that we should be in a position to ignite the young minds, not just load their mind by giving the information to the young students. And learning is a continuous process. As Swami Vivekananda, Swami Ramakrishna Paramahansa said, learning is a continuous process. Learn as if you are going to live forever. And then only we will be in a position to give proper education to the people, young minds of this country. Honorable Prime Minister continuously insists on India is young and young and young and going to become young and young. And to these young minds, we are the sole owners whom we have to mold them in a right perspective, in right direction. That is the major responsibility there on the shoulders. NEP 2020 insists that upgradation of knowledge every year by the teacher, that is a mandatory, that is going to mandatory, not like attending just formal or informal academic staff colleges. And you will be accountable in the coming days. And by updating our knowledge, we will be in a position to create a new world. That is what intended by the visionaries of the national education policy. Without taking much of your time, I request the management people, society secretary and college correspondent secretary, once you visit the Tiruchirappalli college, Kaveri College for Women, and see how the institution is being run by the Kaveri Education Society under the leadership of Dr. Sujata Madam. And I am not criticizing, that should give an inspiration to us and give importance to the Alumni Association. Frequently invite them and ask them to interact with the students. There may be a few students who excel from that institution. They may inspire the young minds of this college. That also plays an important role, and frequently organize the Alumni Association meetings, and also identify the persons, those who are the prominent persons in the alumni, to inspire the young minds. That need not be a continuous classroom, and yearly few programs by the alumni will definitely play an important role. Without taking much of your time, we're all 5-6 days bored with the very many lectures. I thank organizers. In the coming days, the vision of Rajabahadur Venkatrama Reddy Garu will be further taken to the new heights, and this college should become the deemed to be university in the coming days and attract the more and more students, and also should become a guiding force to the women education in the state of Telangana, and also in the coming years at the national level. Thank you one and all for giving me an opportunity to
Thank
be
you, sir.
associated.
Thank you, sir. You have recognized our own activities of Kaveri College. Thank you. Sir, this is for information. We have, I'm audible now?
Yes, madam.
Yeah, we have already registered ABC, Academic Bank of Credit, and we are going to upload our mark sheets next week. Even Bharadasan University is not it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, yeah.
Who is the Vice Chancellor now, Bharadasan?
Yeah. Bharadasan is not it.
Okay, good.
We have started, next week we are uploading our mark sheet. That process is going on.
Good.
I expect RBVR also have to do that.
We have registered, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you for your nice words.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, Gopal Reddy Garu.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank
sir.
you very much.
So, thank you all three of you once again, Professor Gopal Reddy Garu, Madam Sujata, and Ashok. Dr. Ashok Garu.
Ashok Garu unnara?
Sir is there. Sir. Is there, sir.
He's there.
Ashok Garu Punelo wo college autonomy వెళ్ళొచ్చారు.
Okay.
Prakash Javadekar garu college autonomy వచ్చారు.
Mutem Reddy sir, namaste.
Namaste, Ashok ji. How are you?
Ashok Garu.
How busy
Sir,
you are?
namaste Gopal Reddy sir.
Ashok Garu, మీరు పూణేలో బ్రిహన్ మహారాష్ట్ర కాలేజ్ కి autonomy ఇచ్చి వచ్చారు. అది ప్రకాష్ జావదేకర్ గారి కాలేజ్ అది.
సార్ అప్పుడు మీరు చేశారు ఫోన్ చేశారు.
17 వెళ్ళారు మీరు. ఆయన అక్కడ
సార్.
స్టూడెంట్, ప్రకాష్ జావదేకర్ గారు అక్కడ స్టూడెంట్.
ఆ, ఆ.
17 జూన్ వెళ్ళారు మీరు.
అవును సార్.
Okay, thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sudarshan Reddy sir, for a very good seminar.
Thank you, Ashok Garu. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
For
Thank you.
being part of our program.
Yes, sir. Thank you very
Your
much.
contribution is excellent. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. Yeah.
Another
Thank you,
important
Gopal
thing
Reddy
is
sir. Thank you, Mutem Reddy sir.
Another important aspect is there is a shortage of assessors to the NAAC.
sir.
చాలా పెద్ద షార్టేజ్ ఉంది NAAC assessors కి.
కానీ మరి నాకు ఆల్మోస్ట్ 9 months నుంచి అసలు రాలేదు సార్ నాకు.
It is not opening, sir. I am trying.
ఇప్పుడే స్టార్ట్ అయింది సార్, మళ్ళీ స్టార్ట్ అయిపోయింది.
అవునా?
నాకు 8 కాలేజీలు వచ్చినాయి. ఇప్పుడు నేను పోయేటట్లేదు పరిస్థితి అది.
అదే నేను లాస్ట్ 2018 నుంచి వెళ్తున్నా సార్ NAAC అసెస్మెంట్.
స్టార్ట్ అయింది సార్, మళ్ళీ స్టార్ట్ అయింది, ఇప్పుడే స్టార్ట్ అయింది.
అవునా? ఓకే,
స్టార్ట్ అయింది.
అచ్చా.
సుజాత మేడం అయితే చాలా బిజీగా ఉన్నారు.
సరే.
మేడం ఉన్నారా?
ఉన్నారు. మేడం is there, Anupama?
లేనట్టున్నారు సార్.
ఓకే సార్. She may be busy. Our college is a very big college. చాలా పెద్ద కాలేజ్. Really, I want to appreciate.
Yeah.
Recently we visited sir on faculty exchange program, Kaveri College for Women.
ఎవరు వెళ్ళారు?
5 members we visited sir.
మీ మేనేజ్మెంట్ తీసుకోండి.
A group of teachers from that college also visited us.
ఓకే సార్, మీరు వెళ్ళండి, మీ ప్రిన్సిపాల్ గారు వెళ్ళండి.
గోపాల్ రెడ్డి గారు, యు ఆర్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ మేనేజ్మెంట్.
మీరు వెళ్తే మేము వెళ్ళినట్టే సార్.
లేదు మేడం, మీరు వెళ్ళాలి, ప్రాక్టికల్ వెళ్ళి రావాలి.
ఓకే, అది
హలో
ఏమంటున్నారు ముద్దారెడ్డి గారు?
ఏం లేదు, మీరు ఒక విషయాన్ని ప్రస్తావించారు, ఈ గవర్నమెంట్ అండ్ ప్రైవేట్ కాలేజెస్ NAAC గ్రేడ్స్ గురించి. హలో,
చెప్పండి సార్, ఉన్నా నేను ఇక్కడ.
అంటే ఒక టాక్ ఏమనిపిస్తుంది అంటే, బట్ ఐ డోంట్ నో పర్టికులర్లీ అబౌట్ ఎనీ గవర్నమెంట్ కాలేజెస్ ఎక్సెప్ట్ 1 or 2 కానీ, అంటే కొంచెం ఆ క్రైటీరియా వైజ్ కొంచెం సరిగ్గా లేకపోయినా కూడా గవర్నమెంట్ కాలేజెస్ ఏంటంటే వారి A+Aలు వస్తున్నాయి. బట్ ప్రైవేట్ కాలేజెస్, కొన్ని అటానమస్ కాలేజెస్ వాళ్ళకు కొంత ఇబ్బందిగా ఉంది అని అనిపిస్తుంది. అది ఎంతవరకు కరెక్టో తెలియదు.
ఏ సార్, నా దృష్టికి వచ్చేంత వరకు అయితే గవర్నమెంట్ కాలేజీలలో నేను చాలా హార్ష్గానే ఉంటున్నాను. హార్ష్గా ఉంటున్నంటే కావాలని కాదు, అక్కడ సిచ్యువేషన్ అట్లా ఉంది. టీం వర్క్ లేదు, ఉన్న ప్రాక్టికల్ ఉన్నటువంటి ఇష్యూస్ ఆడ పెట్టారు. ఒక ఇష్యూ చెప్తాను, ఇక్కడ చెప్పకూడదు తెలియదు. ఒక కాలేజ్కి వెళ్ళాను నేను, రికార్డ్స్ అని పెట్టారు. ర్యాండమ్ ఒక ఫైల్ తీస్తే 2012 ఫైల్ అది. 2012 లో ప్రజెంట్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ సైన్ చేశాడు అక్కడ. అంటే కుకప్ చేసి రికార్డ్స్ అని. నేను అడిగిన వర్ యూ దేర్ ఇన్ 2012 అంటే నో సార్, ఐ కేమ్ హియర్ 1.5 years back. Then how come you have signed this? He was shocked to listen from my side. He never thought that I will pick up that file.
But in Telangana it's different.
చాలా ఇష్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి. గవర్నమెంట్ కాలేజ్ లో చాలా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి.
Every college in Telangana is now getting A+.
గవర్నమెంట్ కాలేజ్ సార్, కమిషనర్ గారు ఆయన బాగా అప్పీల్ చేస్తా ఉన్నాడు, రిక్వెస్ట్ చేస్తా ఉన్నాడు. కానీ ఇప్పుడు NG కాలేజ్ కి నేను అబ్జర్వర్ కి వెళ్ళాను. ఏం లాభం చెప్పండి, అక్కడ అన్ని ఉన్నాయి కానీ తెలుగులో అల్లు నోట్ల శని అన్నట్టు ఉంది పరిస్థితి.
నేను అనేది అదే, కొన్ని ఐ నో సర్టన్ కాలేజెస్ వాట్ ఈస్ దేర్ అండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ నాట్ దేర్, బట్ దే ఆర్ ఈజీలీ గెటింగ్ ఏంటంటే A and A+ అన్నమాట.
నల్గొండ కాలేజ్ కి రాలేదు సార్. నల్గొండ కాలేజ్ చెప్తాను,
నల్గొండ కాకపోవచ్చు, నేను అదే అంటలేను. అదర్ కాలేజెస్, గవర్నమెంట్ కాలేజెస్.
ఇప్పుడు ఇట్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ హౌ ది చైర్మన్ ఈస్ దేర్. నల్గొండ కాలేజ్ కి ఎవరు వచ్చారు? మన కాలేజ్ రెడ్డి ఉమెన్స్ కాలేజ్ కి వచ్చాడు హిస్టరీ ప్రొఫెసర్.
వీళ్ళ చేతిలో కూడా ఎక్కువ లేదు కదా.
అవును, లేదు కరెక్టే. రిపోర్ట్ సార్, మేజర్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఇస్ రిపోర్ట్.
ఈ వచ్చిన టీం ఏంటంటే బాగానే ఉండే, అంటే వాళ్ళు మాక్సిమం ఇచ్చారు.
ఎంత ఇచ్చినా 30% కదా సార్. ఇక్కడ
చూశారు కాబట్టి ఏంటంటే ద మాక్సిమం మార్క్స్ ఐ థింక్ దే హావ్ గివెన్.
నేను అసలు దాన్ని 50-50 చేయమంటున్నా సార్. నేను SSR కు 70% వెయిటేజ్ చేయడం కరెక్ట్ కాదు. నువ్వు ఇంత పెద్ద టీమును సెలెక్ట్ చేసి ఎమినెంట్ పర్సన్స్ అని చెప్పి నువ్వు అక్కడ పంపించి వాళ్ళకి 30% స్కోప్ ఇస్తే కూడా కరెక్ట్ కాదు. ఇట్ షుడ్ బి 50-50 అంటున్నా నేను.
అదే మరి ఏమిటో ఏమవుతుందో
చూద్దాం కమింగ్ డేస్ లో ఏమైందో సార్.
అదే మనకేంటంటే అన్ఫార్చునేట్లీ మనకు ఏం చేద్దామన్నా, బిల్డింగ్ ఒకటి కడదామన్నా, ఏదైనా చేద్దామన్నా we don't have ఏంటంటే ప్లేస్.
భూషణ్ పట్వర్ధన్ ప్రెజెంట్ చైర్మన్ నాకు బాగా దగ్గర.
ఉన్న దాంట్లోనే ఏదో చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది, ఎంత చేసినా.
కరెక్టే.
Yeah, they have its own, we have our own limitations.
Right, correct, sir.
Ade.
Anupama?
Sir, we
Let
are
us finish remaining
feedback from the participants, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Dear participants, anyone from the anyone can just please provide your live feedback. Please switch on your video. Anyone from the audience?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Nina ma'am, can you please switch on your camera, please?
Yes, I did it. I hope I'm visible. Yes, I'm visible.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I'm Neena Sharma. I'm from Meherchand Mahajan DAV College for Women, Chandigarh. And I must congratulate the host college for organizing such a lovely program, such a well-structured program in which all the criteria have been deliberated on. And one thing which I must say through this seminar is that since the benchmarks have been released now, we are at a point of time when we have already submitted our SSR and DVV clarifications have also been done. So now coming to know about the benchmarks, I feel was a little difficult to digest in the sense that if any institution knows how to score the highest marks in each parameter, then one would work methodically towards those programs. Right now, of course, we have made a very sincere attempt all these 5 years. There have been very concerted efforts. So this is one point which is a good takeaway from this program, that now from next time onwards, we should work towards the benchmarks and try to make a good contribution to the education system per se. About the organizing team, I must congratulate the host college because all the resource persons, since I am also a member of Telegram group of IQAC cluster, some resource persons from there were also here who keep guiding us there as well. So this seminar has actually strengthened, I'm sure, everybody's understanding of the benchmarks, the parameters, quantitative and qualitative metrics. All the resource persons were very, very thorough with their PPTs, with their information on NAAC. So for this, I must congratulate all the resource persons also, the host college for inviting them all. And Parag Shah sir, recently, a couple of days back, we were congratulating him on the IQAC cluster group for getting such an illustrious performance in NAAC. Recently, the grade was announced. So seeing him speak about his institution and the way one should address the NAAC criterion, that was again a treat. A very, very sound academic, intellectually stimulating session by sir. And all the resource persons, in fact, Piyush Pahade sir and Nanwari sir and Reddy sir today, all the resource persons have been fabulous. And the organizing team has been very, very professional in communicating to the participants about the way we can join, and all the information was given to us in time. So there was no confusion at all. I think all the praise that was heaped on the host college now in the last session, that was very, very well deserved. And congratulations to all the organizing team members. And we look forward to many more seminars from your end, and we would love to be informed about any other academic activities which you are going to take up. And particularly online mode has been such a blessing. Even out of a pandemic, we could find some opportunity for upgrading ourselves. And I feel that this is a very, very rich medium which you have exploited very nicely and to the benefit of all the participants. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Anybody else?
Dear participants, we are inviting you to give your impressions of the feedback on 4-day national seminar. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Yes, I am Sabzar Ahmed from Kashmir. Hello.
Yes, sir. You are from?
I am from Kashmir,
Okay.
Srinagar, from Srinagar.
Okay, sir.
So regarding the program, it was well organized and it enriched our this knowledge about the different criterions of the NAAC. Really, I got benefited to a large extent. Though I would have liked if this program would have been conducted in offline mode, because that would have given us some opportunity to go out of this. Presently, we are going through the chilly winters of -7, 8. Anyways, it was a very good experience, and really, I got benefited to a lot, to a large extent. Thank you, organizers, for organizing such a wonderful this program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Ramyashri ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you please provide your feedback?
Faculty from Kadapa College. Vinod sir.
Ma'am, I'm from E Road, ma'am.
Okay. Please.
Ma'am, excellent organization of entire team, ma'am. I thank all the organizations, ma'am, giving this opportunity, ma'am. We learned about the NAAC rules and regulations, ma'am. So it's very helpful for our college, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Anyone from Andhra Pradesh state? Anyone from Hyderabad?
Hello, madam. This is Vidyalata, IQAC coordinator from AV College. Can you hear me, madam?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Thank you. In fact, it was very, very enriching, madam. I was present for all the 4 days. Since I have taken up as IQAC coordinator just last year, it was very, very beneficial for me, especially personally. But I do agree. I was listening to the conversation a few moments back. So I was telling that, yes, we too had a discussion in the college that many of the government colleges in Telangana were graded A, which were, probably we thought infrastructure wise or when you take into consideration other aspects, probably they might not have got, but we were taken aback how NAAC graded them with A. With all the efforts, like we were given A grade for the 2 cycles, and 3rd cycle we were given B++ because the grading system changed and the parameters changed. So even that should be a good one. But my only doubt is, with B++, can a college go for autonomy? Is my question.
No, madam.
No.
A is a mandatory one.
Okay.
If you are already an autonomous college, then you get B. Your autonomy will continue, and you ask to go for the reaccreditation. But B++, yours is AV college?
Yes.
You are from AV college. Okay, madam.
Yes.
You cannot go for the autonomy. I think it is better you go for the reaccreditation. And we have a very good infrastructure, big campus.
Yes.
Everything is there. The thing is, we can't blame anyone. The latest system of NAAC accreditation is 70% is online already you uploaded.
Yes.
And how you prepared the SSR report is very, very important.
Actually, the area where we lost points were actually in criterion 3 for funding, government funding, and journals, publishing, impact fact.
That's when many aspects will come in the way. That is the reason you dropped from A to B++.
Yes.
Okay, it's all right. Sometimes it happens and we have to realize and where we went wrong, and we have to work for the further improvement of our position.
Yes.
To survive in the system.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, we'll be
Yes.
in a soup.
So can we go for early NAAC accreditation, sir?
Being a IQAC coordinator, don't be disheartened. I think more than 2 years back, you got the B++ and B++.
No. Just 2020, we had a visit and we were awarded B++. Prior
That is 20, almost 2 years over, madam.
Yeah, 1.5 years. Yes, correct.
1.5 or 2 years is over.
Yeah.
Now you can go for the reaccreditation.
Reaccreditation. Okay.
That is the best thing.
Okay. Like, what is the time period for us to go for reaccreditation?
Immediately also you can go. After 1 year you can go.
Okay.
There are few colleges which immediately went for the reaccreditation. Only thing is you have to pay all the things again.
Okay.
Whatever is required.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You are eligible for reaccreditation now. You can go.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Don't suffer with the B++ and put in your mind. Definitely you will get the A+. Don't worry.
Thank you so much for those encouraging words, sir. Thank you.
Anupama?
Yes, sir. So fine.
Anybody else?
No one is coming forward, sir. Faculty of the RBVRR Women's College.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Pradyuta. Am I audible, sir?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. In my opinion, I can say this seminar was beyond useful, sir. We have newfound clarity on the subject. In fact, we are doing this criteria work since long period, but we had so many doubts. But with this seminar, we got some clarity, and thank you so much, and definitely we will implement and execute all the learnings from this conference. Thank you, Anupama madam, for this wonderful seminar. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pradyuta.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
Sir, good evening, sir. My question is to Sir Gopal Reddy, sir. So, recently, the country has taken a decision that to open the gates for the foreign universities, no, sir? So, what is
Yes.
why, sir? Please comment on.
See, government has taken a decision. NEP 2020 recommended for the inviting foreign universities. Why they have taken decision, I am not the correct person, but the thing is, my opinion on this is, instead of our students going abroad and we are inviting the foreign universities to this particular nation. That's what is my feeling. I can't say more than that. And also, being a biggest country after China, and there is a lot of scope. And NEP 2020 put a target that is gross enrollment ratio should be within next 20 years or so, should be 50%. We are at 27 or 28 now. And I don't think the existing colleges in the country, in spite of various modes of education, distance mode also, even digital university also may not reach that within the next 15 years or so. By establishing the foreign, by inviting the foreign universities in this country, the gross enrollment ratio also gets increased, And also the whatever glamour we have towards the foreign university, going abroad and spending money there, paying fee there, can be fulfilled in our own nation itself. That I feel. And another thing is, apart from the foreign universities, government is encouraging the private philanthropists to come forward and establish the institutions, and so that the many more students can join, enroll them, and also asking the private institutions to keep some amount for the scholarship to students also in private institutions. That's what I feel, madam.
Sir, they are saying that they can send the money to their country and all. So in
what, madam?
They are saying that they can send their money, they can spend their money on their own country, they are saying. So in what way economically it is going to be viable?
See, that altogether that is a different issue, madam. My perception is only as far as the education is concerned. Economic aspect is the government issue. I think we want that our students, our ward should go abroad and study. And the same education, Government of India is encouraging the foreign universities to come forward and establish the institutions with all the infrastructure and manpower and impart the education whatever we can. Apart from that, they are even inviting the foreign professors to help our students also by being the guest faculty or different capacities. And we have the notion that foreign universities are doing well, foreign professors are very good. We are all we are waste, we are zero. That is our mindset. Still, we are in the colonial mindset, and that should go. And national education policy is thinking in terms of establishing everything in our country and having our own educational scheme and fulfilling the dreams of the young minds, even by inviting the foreign universities. Economy aspect, I can't say anything. I am not an economist. I am not a policy framer for the Government of India.
Thank you, sir.
Even digital university also is there, madam. Digital university is being established in the country, and open education system is being further strengthened and encouraged by the Government of India UGC, and also dual degree system. They are opening all the doors. Whichever option you want to utilize, we can utilize it. Otherwise, earlier there was restrictions, there were problems, and the student, those who wanted to intended to do some other course, there is no facility. After completing this only you can do. Such type of restrictions were there. They are relaxing all the things. I think the National Education Policy 2020 is student centric, and teachers also have to play an important role in this country.
Thank you, sir.
Madam, can I speak for a minute, sir?
Yes, Jyoti.
Good evening to all the dignitaries. Firstly, I would like to thank our management and IQAC coordinator and principal madam for organizing this 4-day national seminar. Actually, all the sessions were highly knowledgeable and informative. Small doubts regarding the documentation which we used to have got clarified by attending all the sessions. Sir, I would like to congratulate our IQAC coordinator and her team for organizing this seminar meticulously and in a well-organized manner. One small request from my side to principal madam, please arrange one-day workshop on outcome-based education, that is calculation of attainment of COs, POs and PSOs. And thank you for the opportunity to share my feedback.
For that, Secretary Sudarshan Reddy garu.
Yes, sir.
You can invite somebody from NAAC also.
Yeah.
For a physical program here to explain about the outcome-based education.
Okay.
If you want, I can suggest somebody advise who
please.
in the NAAC.
Yeah, please. Please. Yes, Anupama.
Renuka Sagar ma'am would like to speak something.
All the management members, the guests and faculty from various colleges, I wish you all a happy new year. Helen Keller says that alone we can do so little, together and we can do so much. So keeping this quote in mind, I would say that the RBVRR Women's College IQAC team has done an excellent job by organizing this 4-day FDP, and I'm sure that there are a lot of takeaways for all the faculty members who have attended this program. And the best part of it is that the teamwork, the way from the first day to the last day, how the program was executed, it shows that a well-planned teamwork has been executed, with a result of successful organizing of the seminar. So there is a saying that together each achieves more. In this 4-day FDP, we all have learned so many things which we had doubts in our notebooks, that what if this was this kind of a doubt I had, and who's going to clarify to us. All this were so well done, and each and every day, right from the opening of the day till the ending of the vote of thanks, very, very well presented. All the faculty members of the team have done excellent job. So I congratulate the IQAC team, principal, and the most important is Professor Sudarshan Reddy sir, who was behind this to see that the program was successfully executed. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, Renuka.
Proceed, Anupama.
Anyone would like to speak, or can we go for the final vote of thanks?
Excuse me, madam.
Yes, sir.
This is Somanar Saya from Kakatiya Government College, Assistant Professor of Public Administration, madam.
Yes, sir.
I am very much thankful to the wonderful program, madam. As a women's college, my small message by me, madam. She concept. She means S for study, H for health, E for employment. She is the best way for women empowerment. Next to she concept is student higher education. In Telangana, after bifurcation, so many girls are చాలా మంది ఆడపిల్లలు హైయర్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ లోకి ఎంటర్ అవుతున్నారు. ఇది ఒక మంచి పరిణామంగా చెప్పుకోవచ్చు మేడం. నెక్స్ట్ స్కాలర్షిప్ ఫర్ హైయర్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్, స్టేట్ లెవెల్ as well as national level. Scholarship for scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, backward classes, minorities, and economically weaker sections, especially scholarship for women, scholarship for overseas students. Our state government and national government also encouraging girls' education. Final she means sincerity, honesty, enthusiasm is the best way for women empowerment. This is my small submission to as a Reddy Women's College. I am a Sardar Patel College degree student, madam, Padmarao Nagar, postgraduate college, Paradise Center PG student, madam. I am very, very much thankful to you, all of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, madam.
College, sir.
Sir.
You are a student of which college?
Sardar Patel College, sir.
SP College.
SP College, sir.
PG College, Secunderabad.
అవును సార్.
ఎప్పుడు ఏ బ్యాచ్?
డిగ్రీ 94-97 సార్. పీజీ వచ్చేసి 97-99 సార్.
పీజీ కాలేజ్?
పీజీ అవును సార్, పీజీ కాలేజ్ సార్, పారడైస్ సెంటర్.
నేను ఉన్నాను అక్కడ, వైస్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ ఉన్నాను. ఎవరు మీ ప్రిన్సిపల్?
అప్పుడు ఎస్దాని సార్ ఉండే సార్, మాకు పబ్లిక్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ ఎస్దాని సార్ ఉండే సార్.
ఎస్దాని సార్ ఉండే, అలిస్ విద్యాసాగర్ ఉండేది కదా.
అలిస్ గోపాలకృష్ణ సార్, ఇప్పుడున్న అరుణ మేడం గారు.
ఓకే, గుడ్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.
Anupama, go ahead.
Now I would like to invite Ms. Salma Begum, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, member IQAC, to propose final vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. By Albert Spencer. Respected Secretary Sir, dignitaries, principal, and my dear participants. Good evening to one and all. On behalf of RBVRR Women's College and its entire fraternity and the organizing committee, myself, Salma Begum, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and member IQAC, RBVRR Women's College, feel immense pleasure to take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks for the valedictory session of a 4-day national seminar on NAAC 7 criteria in collaboration with NAAC. I express my deep gratitude to National Accreditation and Assessment Council for sanctioning the academic collaboration to organize this 4-day national seminar in an online mode from 4th to 7th January 2023. I express my deep gratitude to our chief guest, Professor G. Gopal Reddy Sir, former member UGC and former Pro-Chancellor Mahatma Gandhi University, Bihar, and guest of honor Dr. V. Sujata Ma'am, Principal Kaveri College for Women, Trichy, Tamil Nadu, for accepting our invitation in spite of the busy schedule and gracing this valedictory session. I thank all the eminent resource persons of the seminar for the talks who have accepted our invitations and given generously their time to make this seminar a grand success. I express my gratitude to our Secretary HMVS, Professor K. Mutyam Reddy Sir, Secretary cum Correspondent, Professor G. Sudarshan Reddy Sir, for their constant support. I extend my thanks to our Principal, Dr. J. Achita Devi Ma'am, Vice Principal, Dr. C. Kavita Ma'am, for their continuous support and encouragement in organizing the seminar. I also extend my thanks to all the heads of the departments and the faculty of our college for their cooperation. I thank all the participants from various states of country for their active participation in the seminar and make it success. I express my deep gratitude to our program convener and IQAC coordinator, Dr. D. Anupama Ma'am, for the continuous guidance and support in conducting this national seminar smoothly. I also thank the team of IQAC for the constant support in planning and execution of the seminar and making it successful. My sincere thanks to all the delegates across India for their active participation in the seminar. I thank Dr. A. Lalita Pravina, IQAC member and assistant professor from Department of Business Management, for providing uninterrupted technical support in smooth conduct of this seminar. I thank you all for being with us in this evening. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Sudarshan. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, namaste, sir.
Namaste, madam. मैं जर्नी ఉన్నట్టున్నారు మీరు.
అవును సార్.
సో జర్నీలో ఉండి కూడా ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో పార్టిసిపేట్ చేయొచ్చు. హైదరాబాద్ లో లేకుండా కూడా ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో పార్టిసిపేట్ చేయొచ్చు. దట్ ఈస్ ద టెక్నాలజికల్ అడ్వాన్స్మెంట్.
థ్యాంక్స్ టు కరోనా సార్.
Thank you, Principal
Okay,
Ma'am.
wish you all
Thank you,
the best.
Sudarshan
Thank
Reddy
you,
Sir.
one and all.
Thank you, Gopal Reddy Sir.
Thank you,
everyone.
Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Mutyam Reddy Sir.
Mutyam Reddy garu, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Anupama.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations.
Sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Congratulations to you and your team. Wonderful program.
Yes, sir.
Congrats, Anupama.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. With all your support only, no, sir.
Good.
We have conducted.
Lalita ma'am, you can stop the live streaming, ma'am.